Breaking news once again, ladies and gentlemen. The corrupt SEC Twitter has been hacked. They did a fake Bitcoin ETF approval. Look at this. And then this is the chart that ends up happening now. And I was recording my video for you live. Crypto's juiciest news. I was doing it and I was sharing with you information about how whales do these things. And it was just fascinating to see that. I checked and it was like fake ETF news that actually pushed it up to the top. But the principles and the lessons are still the same. So here we go. Today, the corrupt SEC grants approval for the Bitcoin ETF. Okay, it will be subject to ongoing surveillance. I don't know. That's interesting language. They did their research. And then look what Garbage Gensler says, right? He stops chugging semen, once again pauses temporarily to say the corrupt SEC government Twitter was compromised and an unauthorized tweet was posted. The corrupt SEC has not approved the listing of the spot ETF exchanges. So we are a bunch of trolls, man. We are all a bunch of trolls. We've lost the plot. Not really, we haven't lost the plot. We're having fun. This is the most funnest thing of all time, friends. You know, you guys don't know, and girls and squirrels and pups and ducks, you don't know. We're going to look back at these times. These are the golden times. I'm telling you right now. In the future, man, it's not going to be this fun, friends. There's going to be like, you know, boomers around, and Meet Kevin's going to be talking about some altcoin with like a 7% yield per year. You know what I mean? Like that type of trash is going to be happening. This stuff is like the schizophrenic, meth smoking, meth injecting, and meth snorting type of experience that we are here for. I mean, yeah, congratulations. This is the product they're approving. Like, you know, for us, friends, we see these types of candles, yeah, go up and down. We're like, yeah, of course, it's all a scam. That's us. We're desensitized to it. But for the average population, like for a nurse who goes out there, who's tending to old age citizens who have just come out of heart surgery, like they don't know what it actually means when, oh, my portfolio is up today. And then 30 minutes later, oh, it's down 10%. Like they can't compute that. They can't. They go, what do you mean it's down 10%? I've been working for 10 years. You just erased one whole year of my working, right? I better get out. That's the average person out here. Yes, for all of us here, we literally have the straightest postures in the northern and southern hemisphere. We're wearing our very fluffy slippers. We've got very pointy elbows. And we're like, yeah, you know what? It's all a scam. Who cares? Maybe it goes up. And we just walk away. We just come back a day to see how it plays out. Now, just to go through some important things as well, friends, there is the Bitcoin dominance is still around here. So I want to remind you that this has been, since January of 2023, Bitcoin dominance has gone up only. Bitcoin has been taken over the whole market, which is good. This is liquidity entering the market. And when did the corrupt SEC get the thing from Roca Negra? All right, the filing was around here. All right, the filing was around there. You see that point? Isn't it funny how most of the move is already done, and then this is the final part. Isn't it fun? I wonder if there are insiders and outsiders to this game. Golly gee, I can't figure it out. By the way, it's all come down to cycles, but there are people here at play, of course. So you see that happening, and you just think, okay, this has been the move since the past few months, even though Bitcoin's going down. Now, just to remind you, if this flips down, this is on the weekly chart. If this flips down, it means Ethereum is taking over. The money in Bitcoin on average has slowed down versus the rest of the market. And we all know when people make a lot of base money, riches and wealth, they love to go and spend it. They love to go shopping, and they love to go shopping for some hot, poopy shit coins. Just slurp it up because, of course, man, we're buying JPEGs, buying coins, yielding, airdropping, staking, looking around, what's up, down, left, right, things go 100x. Dog with a hat did a 10,000x. Bonk does a 100x, handing out phones. This is the type of fun stuff that we're in for. And hopefully we come out financially better on the other side. Also, for your knowledge and wisdom, friends, as a peanut brain, to another fellow peanut brain, I've got to tell you, you can gather important information when there are key critical news being released when it comes to this. You can see the price action when it comes out. By the way, I just want to remind you again, like, please, do you honestly think, friends, it's a coincidence that we go up only, all right? And your friend saw me here, friends, please, okay, go back, watch my videos. Go back and watch them. Don't watch them. I'll tell you what I said. When we were down here, I was literally planning for all of 2023. Now, I included 2023 and 24, and I said the US Fed is hiking rates. When they hold, we're going to do an up only, most likely. We're most likely going to do an up only when they're holding. Then, when they cut rates, we do the poopy. Now, I don't know how much the poopy is. Some people say it's going to be like this. Some people it's going to say like that. That's the thing to think about, okay? How big is the poopy? We don't know. But the important thing is the principle. The principle is you take on the risk and you get rewarded, right? They're holding rates. The market says, okay, your next move is going to be a big cut. And then they're cutting rates. They go, oh, crap, if you're cutting rates, that's why the market goes down. So if you want to know, the market goes down because they go, wait a minute. When you cut rates once, on average, you have to cut rates 7 times. And I think that's actually the real number. I'm not joking. Whenever they do one rate cut, like the average over the past 100 years is they have to cut like, I think it's actually 6 times. I think it's 1.5 basis points cut. So when they do 25 basis points, one cut, the market knows. They go, wait a minute. Over the past 100 years, whenever you guys cut, that means your car has already hit the tree, metaphor for the economy, and now you're trying to press the brakes and things are going to get a lot worse, and then you're going to have to do more damage control later on. But we don't know what that damage is. So you wonder why, right? If they know the response is money printing, a good question to ask is, why does it go down like this? It's because the market doesn't like uncertainty. The market knows that the response is money printing, but there is still chaos there because people don't know what the damage is. So people would rather say to themselves, okay, the market on average, these market participants on average, the market participants say, let me sell now because I don't know what the bad thing that's coming is going to be. I don't know. Okay, you've hit a tree, but I don't know, are all the passengers dead? I don't know yet. I just know you've hit a tree. I don't know how big the accident is. I don't know if the car's a write-off. So I'm just going to exit my portfolio now and sell off, because when I do get information about how bad the crash is and the economy is, I'm going to feel better because then I can compute it. So the market will go down and be like, oh, like uncertainty. And then at some point, the market says, wait a minute, we know all the bad information now. It's actually sweet. It's pretty bad, but we know the response is going to be printing, and there's nothing like World War III or any of the other bad stuff. So now we can go up because we know you're going to keep printing. And that's the cycles of markets as they are moving forward through time, because they're always a forward-looking mechanism. You always hear me say that. Markets price in the future, okay? So what we want to look at, though, more intricately is this Bitcoin price. You see, friends, this is the Bitcoin spot ETF. So we had a pump and then a dump once again, okay? Pumping and the dumping. You see this zone here. Now, we don't know what's going to happen for the month. Remember, we've got to close above. This is the magic line, 44,500, right here. We have to close the month, finish the month above this line to make the monthly super trend green, stay green. So it's this chart, okay? This is the monthly chart and put a super trend. You see that? Like, we are so close. We've got to actually finish that month above that. Now, I told you, now you know how things work. I'm going to keep reminding you as well, but when you're looking at this, how it reacts to the news is very important. This is really, really, really important. It kind of gives you a hint as to where the market wants to go. So remember, before, I think at $32,000, we can actually go back and see it, just so you have an idea, friends, of how these things work. So when we go back, there was a time when Bitcoin, for example, remember Bitcoin had the fake approval, It was around, forgot what it was like $30,000. We forgot what it was. It was somewhere around here. Forgot what it was. But the market went up anyway. You remember? The market went up anyway, even on the fake news. It went up, comes back down, pokes, and it starts grinding up. But now you're seeing a different reaction. Look at this. This is a red candle for the day. Open day, red. And then now it's red. So this is important to look at if you're just going to be watching these news and stuff, because in the bull market, it's going to get very, very tight. Now, I'm teaching this now because you might say, oh, I don't have a lot of Bitcoin. I don't need to know this. Yeah, but you got altcoins. And all the altcoins have news. They have centralized figures who could release good news or bad news. In Chainlink, there could be more Swift adoption or less. There could be more CCIP bridges or less. There could be other integrations. In Pulse Chain, you have Richard Hart's court case. It could go well. It could be delayed, right? You have those. Every single chain. Solana, Pulse Chain could get listed on an exchange or it couldn't. There could be rumors it's coming to Binance and the price runs up and then it does get released. All of these are the same. Doesn't matter what the news is. Okay, so what you want to see though is you want to see when the news comes out, what the reaction is. And I know you're looking at these 5-minute candles, you shouldn't. They just give you too much stress. Another way to look at it is go on the daily. You go on a daily. All right, now, here's the thing. I don't really like a single daily chart because, man, crypto can be manipulated. So what I'll do is I'll look at the 3-day. See this 3-day? And you look at the daily and the 3-day. Just look at both. And after the news comes out, if we move away from the news direction. So obviously we're in the bad bear markets, right? So bad news comes out, we started moving up. That's how you got disbelief. But now we're going to start seeing the other side in things. Now we're going to start seeing things where we go, well, you had good news up here. Your ETF came approved. Why did you finish red? I promise you, it really is that simple. But most people don't believe it. Why? Because of complacency, right? From the Wall Street cheat sheet. So this is it right now. You see up the top here, right? See this complacency? We just need to cool off for the next rally. So what ends up happening is when you see red daily candles appear, right? That's why you got to be watching, friends. I know we can't have this automatic. I'll be helping you around here and there, but even I can't even be 100% correct. But it's something to just you got to know this no matter what, right? Because you got to protect yourself from being trapped. And this is like the critical point. So if we have a big run up like this, like for example, I'm just imagining in my mind, imagine there's rumors, I don't know, Pulse Chain is going to get listed on Binance and it runs up for like 5 months. And then it finally gets listed on Binance and now you have this red candle. Okay, that is, you're like, wait a minute, you just had good news. Why are you red? No one asked this question at the top. Because they are euphoric from the green. It's because everybody has now made, let's say they've made like their 10x. They made a 10x on this rally. They're like, I don't have to worry about this red candle because I just made a 10x. Complacency, right? Like saying, hey, I don't have to worry about pressing brakes on the tree because I'm like 10 kilometers away. I'm too far. You know what I mean? So this is the mindset you're going to need to think about when it comes to these. You don't need to 100% pick it this perfectly. But I'm telling you, it's very important because in altcoin land, you don't get this little freaking, let's say this, you don't get this little like 2% down move at the top. They're so volatile, right? If you miss the move, the next 30 to 60 days is like down 50% because they go up so much. So when they mean revert, it's huge. That's why we really have to stay sharp when it comes to these. But now you get to see, right, the corrupt SEC announcement. It happens to Bitcoin, happens to everything else, these news. Let's see what happens next as we progress the cycle because buy the rumor, buy the news has been propagated everywhere. A lot of people are saying it's not going to be. A lot of people think it is. Maybe we don't get that big crash. It doesn't really matter. What business do you have buying Bitcoin at 45K if you think 100K is your sell zone? I just want to ask you that. Make sure you like, subscribe, belly button, or catch you soon.